Hello, welcome to the tutorial on claims in an argument. My name is Mr. Lemaster. Let's get started. The first question we should ask is, what is a claim? In its simplest terms, a claim is the focus of an argument. In more detail, a claim is an arguable sentence, or two, that states that something is true or worth considering. Good claims are specific and relevant. Claims are made directly and indirectly in a text. Let's learn about what that means. Explicit claims, or direct claims, are stated directly in the text. You can point to them, you can see them. On the other end, there's implicit claims, and these claims are not directly stated. They're suggested or inferred from what is discussed, or sometimes from what authors say or those who they cite. So if they bring in another viewpoint or they bring in someone else's voice, they could be making a claim through someone else. These are called implicit claims. Oftentimes not clear in the text, not visible in the text, and you have to infer what is being argued based on the information and not it being directly stated. So where do claims exist then? If I want to get better at identifying a claim, where can I guess claims exist? Claims, unfortunately, can happen anywhere in a text. The good news is, though, speakers and writers typically offer a central claim or the main claim in the first paragraph. Even though the claims can exist anywhere in the text, you can at least begin to predict that a claim will happen in the first paragraph. It doesn't always, but there's a good chance that it does. The types of claims, or knowing what kinds of claims authors can make, is very useful and very important for us as we read for claims. The first type of claim is the claim of fact or definition. This is where an author is going to try to argue what is true and or what a word or concept means. The second type of claim is cause and effect. This one's a little bit easier to identify in a text because it's going to set up some sort of problem and then talk about how that problem has led to some greater issues or the effect. The solution claim or policy claim is where someone is going to argue for a change or argue that something needs to improve based on the well-being of others or having some sort of issue that needs to be solved. This is the claims of solution and policy. And the last one is claims of value. So this is where authors will claim something is better for everyone. It's kind of the moral argument. So you have fact and definition, cause and effect, solution or policy, and then claim of solution or policy. It says, free credit card education is the first step to solving the credit card debt crisis that has buried millions of Americans with over $700 billion in outstanding balances and interest. This is a solution claim because this author is arguing for credit card education. And why do we need credit card education? Because it's the first step to solving the credit card debt. So how can we get better at identifying a claim in a text? There's 3 strategies that we can use when trying to identify a claim. It's not guessing. There's actual work that can be done to help you get to the right answer. Number 1, always look to the first paragraph. How does the text begin? Claims are commonly stated in the first or second paragraph. Really read those paragraphs closely to see if there's a claim in the text. Number 2, look for signal words. Here are some to be verbs, the are, the is, the do, were, has, and was. Look for statements of shoulds and coulds. Or sometimes, when we're lucky, authors will be very explicit and just say my position or my viewpoint or my argument is, And we're really thankful when they do things like that because it's very clear for their readers what it is they're arguing. But if they don't have very clear, explicit statements like that, really take a look at the words. Remember in the introduction to this tutorial, I had mentioned the importance of looking at language. And when you're reading an argument, you have to look at language very carefully. Oftentimes, the signal words will lead you to the claim. Let's look at a couple of examples where signal words are used in a claim. MTV's popularity is waning because it no longer plays music videos. The argument is that MTV is no longer as popular as it used to be. And why is that? Because it no longer plays the music videos like it used to. So here is your is waning. Let's look at the second one. At least 25% of the federal budget should be spent on limiting pollution. Look at that word should. The third one, the governor has continually done the community a disservice by mishandling money, focusing on frivolous causes, and failing to listen to his constituents. The governor has continually done. And now you start to see this is and should and has. It's these statements of truth. They have to be supported. And of course, other people would have different viewpoints, and that's what an argument's about, is that you're taking one stance, one position on a topic. And there could be other ideas coming at them at different angles, but this person is speaking as though something is going to happen, should happen, or something is the truth. And that's a real good signal about a claim. The third strategy is looking at the evidence. If you're struggling to understand where the claim is, look at the evidence. What does the evidence support? And you can actually just skip identifying the claim until you really have identified the evidence and then go back and say, what is this all pointing toward? What kinds of ideas would be argued in order to need this evidence? If I know the evidence, I can go back and look at the claim. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you need the claim to recognize the evidence, and vice versa. That's why there's different strategies. The first strategy is to look at the first and second paragraphs. The second is to look at the language clues. And the third is to look at the evidence.